So hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Division B. Today I am here making a video on 1 month study strategy for CA Foundation students appearing on June 23 examinations. So I know that most of you are worried on whether they should appear to the examinations, whether they have prepared enough for the examinations. So many people are prepared with ICI module, they are coaching material, all the scanners, and yet they still doubt themselves. And I am here bringing this video on the 4 things to get you out of this doubt and the 4 things you need to work on in order to use this 1 month of preparation and in order to ace your examinations. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So the first important thing you need to work on in this 1 month of period is the number of time or is the number of hours you want to give to your studies. So basically the time is not fixed for a CA foundation students. There are people who study for 5 hours a day, there are people who study for 6 hours a day, there are people who study for 12 hours a day. Doesn't matter, it depends on people to people. Some have a capacity of 4 hours a day, that's quite good. But when it comes to time and the amount of hours you need to give to your study, it depends totally on the material you're going to study. So I would say with the right material for the 1 month left with the CA foundation, 6 hours of effective study in the sense you're not distracted, you don't have any social media, you don't have your mom calling, you don't have your friends calling, you're free and you're not distracted, you're sitting in a peaceful place and studying. I would say 6 hours is quite sufficient, and when you compound it for 30 days, that's 180 hours of preparation. That's basically enough to ace your examination, not just pass but ace your examinations. So the second important tip that I want to talk about is your material. So what would you study in this 1 month period? And this 1 month period is basically for those who are done with their syllabus, who are done with all their ICI module and stuff, and now they are confused with what to study and they are fearing whether this preparation is enough or not. Yeah, this is enough, but without the 1 month paper preparation that I'm going to talk about now, if you're going to go into the examinations, you'll have all the knowledge, but you'll not know what type of questions are going to come, what type of answers you have to present, and what type of time management you need to keep into the examinations. So as I told, material, material you should start using different materials for different subjects. That is the 4 subjects of CA foundation, that is law, accounts, math and economics. The first one is accounts. As you're done with the syllabus, I would say accounts, take 2 RTPs which are available on the ICI website basically, and those RTPs should be of your attempt. Don't refer the previous attempts, past attempts and previous year papers from some people they go from 2018 to 2023 RTPs. Don't do that, that's waste of your time. RTPs are just for your revision. Just take 2 RTPs from the website and start solving them. Then for the accounts I'm talking about, that is 2 RTPs, then 8 past year question papers. Starting from May 2019, you will get 8 attempts of paper until November 22. So basically start practicing that. Start practicing those papers, PYQs and RTPs. But and these are the 10 things you should focus on the accounts paper. That is 2 RTPs, and I repeat again, that is 2 RTPs and 8 PYQs. That's all you want in order to ace the accounts examination. So the second most feared subject in the CA foundation is law. So I would say for law, just make sure you're perfect with all the definitions. Doesn't matter of the sections, doesn't matter if you don't know the provisions, just make sure you know the definitions, you have good writing practice, you have good presentation skills. And I know most of you have any misconception that hi-fi English works in the ICI exam. No, even a person who doesn't know English can use simple language and clear the law examination. So what is the material you have to refer for law? For law material, as I told you, definitions of all the ICI and all your material done. The next thing is 7 previous year question papers, not MTPs, previous year question papers starting from May 2020. Just start referring them, start seeing the provisions, start seeing how the ICI people present their answers, and you learn from them. Then the second thing is the 2 RTPs that the ICI publishes of your attempt, and yeah, that's it with law. The First most feared subject in the CA foundation is math. I would say with math, when you're done with your syllabus, I know most of you are like done with 80%, at least done with at least 70%, that is including logical reasoning, stats and math. I would say that's good, but as long as you don't have that paper preparation and that time management in math, you're not gonna clear it, my friend. It's too hard. Math, even if you have an Einstein level of understanding in math, it's not possible to complete the paper in time. So math, basically start practicing every day, and for the math material would be 10 previous year question papers. Now people might ask where will I get all these question papers? You have scanners from them. You have scanners. You have your material. You have your text back questions. Start referring all the PYQs. Just make sure in math you refer at least 10 PYQs and 2 MTPs of your attempt that the ICI will release. The last and easiest subject of the CA foundation is economics and BCK. I would say this being an objective paper, do the same you did with math. Just refer 10 previous year question papers and 2 MTPs, and I guarantee you will get around 80 plus easily. It will be like a cakewalk in economics. And I know that most of you might be thinking, what is he talking about, like only material? He is not talking about all the strategies I need to apply, how to study. That is in the next tips that I'm gonna share. And yeah, just make sure you're prepared with all this material. As I told, accounts 8 papers, 2 MTPs, law 7 previous year question papers, 2 RTPs, and sorry, accounts I told 2 RTPs, right? Yeah. And law would be 7 previous year question papers, 2 RTPs, math 10 previous year question papers, 2 MTPs, and economics 10 previous year question papers and 2 present attempt MTPs. That's all of the study material, and be just prepared with it. Be it hard copy, be it soft copy, doesn't matter. However you are convenient, just be prepared with all this material. The third tip I'm gonna talk about is the mindset. So what should be your mindset while solving all these question papers and all the material? Now you got the material, fine. You sit for around like at this time 2 o'clock, you sit here and you start solving. 100 marks paper, I would guarantee you for 50 marks you would have seen the question for the first time, and you will start doubting yourself that 5 months of my preparation will go to waste. I cannot solve a simple question of an RTP or an MTP. This type of approach is wrong. You will come across a lot of questions. That's why I'm telling, solve more number of papers. You'll know how the actual paper will appear. So start solving all these papers, and when you come across a new question, what mindset you should have that this question I got in this paper while I'm solving at home. Imagine this question would have come in your actual attempt examination. Would you have time to even think and even learn this question that time? No, right? So just make sure when you come across these hard questions, note them down, start practicing them and keep learning them. And your focus while learning the subject is that you are new to the subject. I know that revised points and all will be there, but whenever you come across a new question, you think I'm a rookie to it, I haven't solved it anytime, I'll learn it now. That's it. That's all about the third tip of the 1 month study strategy. The last tip would be, how do I study? How should I read? How should I use all this material? See, you have the material, you have the mindset, and I told you time. And timing is I can either read in the morning, you can either read in the night. Depends on what type of person you are. So, as I was talking about, how should you read? Math, buy a copy of a OMR sheet. I don't mean the ICI, I mean any OMR sheet. Just take the question paper, keep it here, have your answer sheet prepared, just put a 2-hour timer. Doesn't matter if you're solving it in the morning, evening, night, doesn't matter. Just sit there for a while, put a 2-hour timer and start solving. Start solving how many ever questions you can start solving, and at the end of the time, if you're prepared with almost ICI module and everything, you would be able to solve around 60 marks, and the other 40 marks would not be solvable. Now see those 40 marks questions after those 2 hours, bring them to your paper, so watch YouTube videos regarding those MTP solving questions and start learning them, start revising them. That's done in 1 day. 1 day, do it. I told, right, you have to study for 6 hours, 2 hours for math, 2 hours for math, and the next 4 hours you can study any of the subjects. For example, law you require 3 hours basically. That is only because of definitions. First study all the definitions in law, then take the paper, keep here, start solving it over here. See how the question is, see how the ICI members solve those questions, and start replicating the same type of questions. 1 papers, 2 papers, 3 papers, you'll not find perfection, but as you progress, you'll know how to present those answers well. Presentation is everything, my friend, in law. Doesn't matter if you know the points or nothing. Presentation is everything in law. The third is the first, then you're done with the next 3 hours. The last 1 hour, I would say study economics is quite short. I would say 2 hours of allotment for a paper like economics is too much of a time in examination. Just take a paper of economics and start ticking. You will do it in less than 1 hour if you have studied the material well. And yeah, you will find around 65 correct answers, and which ones you don't know, you can write it down and study. It's not like equation based, it's mostly theory based economics. So basically, yeah, that's all for economics. And that's what. And if people having confusion with any of this dilution of their hours, that is 6 hours, what to study, what not to study, I would say first day study math and theory subject, that is math, law. Economics is just like a contingent subject. It is a small subject, you don't need to give most of your time. So there is economics over here. Math 2 hours, law 3 hours, or you have math tough, so 3 hours math, 2 hours law, and 1 hour economics. Then the next day 1 hour accounts, next hour law, then again economics. So depends how you are going to dilute the subjects. Just make sure that economics is at the end of your this one, and which requires less time, and make sure that the tough subjects you increase the repetitions. As I told you, law was a tough one, so I kept law every day. I kept shifting math and accounts. So that's all about the study strategy that you should follow for 1 month. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll be rooting for you, and I'll be praying for everyone that you will clear your examinations. Thank you.